This is dictation at 140 words a minute. The work in the mine was hard. The Ford broke down yesterday. She was a ward of the court. His words were all well chosen. We became aware 2 years earlier that the ship was mooring on the harbor. Did you overhear the conversation? For instance, what is his name? The airline built a new passenger terminal in order to improve service. The expert witness testified in both cases. Ray will be testifying soon. His method identifies him. His medical report was cause for worry. Not one patient has been on time today. The ambulance sped down the street. Take him to the emergency room now. What are the benefits of hospitalization? Are you thinking of hospitalizing him? It was a public service announcement. How long has it been in operation? The patient recovered from his emergency operation. The patient states that he is not yet able to do work at all. One of the most important aspects of the entire escrow is how a buyer takes title. When two or more persons buy property together, whether their shares are equal or unequal, they are said to hold the property as tenants in common. There is no right of survivorship as in a joint tenancy. If one of the tenants in common should happen to die, his or her interests would not revert automatically to the remaining tenants. Can you cross that deep chasm? The doctor said it was a muscle spasm. The prism broke the light into colors. I cannot even imagine the outcome. Develop a way to present it to the public. Where is the new housing development? You should clean the area with alcohol. I am a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. He is not physically able to do it. Dr. Martin is a fine surgeon. That patient has had massive head injuries. Melvin is a good physician and surgeon. An element is a substance. A molecule is the smallest particle of a substance. An ion is a very small particle carrying an electric charge. An atomic number is the position number of an element in a list of all the known elements. I hope they diagnose your skin problem. They are diagnosing the case today. Dr. Miller is known as a good diagnostician. The instrumentation was complicated. Is this your signature? Crime is a national disgrace. He lost his privileges. The stupidity and absurdity of the play was not helped by the eccentricities of the majority of the actors. Somewhere in the middle of that, we have brain cells that have been hurt in some way and are not working normally, but they are not dead either. His condition was listed as critical. The realtor made a conditional offer. Did you buy a new air conditioner? I will be examining all the new recruits. We are thinking of situating outside the United States. It was an unusual situation for women to work outside the home. I understand the patient had been brought to the hospital by ambulance after she was injured. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees centigrade. I did not feel that I was injured. A lengthy examination is required. Can you tell the extent of the injuries? One tattoo was present over the dorsum of the right hand. I need to shop for new sheets. He didn't shut the door of the shed. The shark came too close to the shore. We can share the shuttle with you. Show me how to slice the roast. The Coastal Commission will not accept an application from us until such time as the city has taken whatever action it needs to take. Of course, they have to give us a construction permit, but mainly what is going to hold up the Coastal Commission is the deviation from the particular plan which we are going to have to get in order to do construction. What time do you expect your friends? Are you expecting company today? The expectation is too much to handle. Your expectations are really too high. It was the experience of a lifetime. We are seeking some cooperation here. He was recognized for good cooperation. The new ship hit the iceberg. The progress report was not acceptable. Can you approximate the distance? The chart gives an approximate size. Try a sip of water. Who will administer the new program? Who is administering the estate? Who is the new administrator? My family is economizing this month. They economize by shopping carefully. Leave 1 inch for a border. You will need skill for that scheme. Scott made the high score on the test. Don't squirm while you are in school. Did you turn on the radio? She was furious with Mark. The lower portion of these piles was to extend deep enough into the underlying rock so that the pile would act as a beam for support. Now, this design was based on a certain number of piles, and the piles would get shorter toward the north because the original idea or the original depth of the building piles was shorter at that depth. We cannot legislate in this manner. The law legislates a 30-day waiting period. The new legislation passed the House. The report will be amended at the meeting. A good estimator is of great worth to his employer. Did he employ any other method? I think it is really a trade-off. A small airborne piece of burning wood is called a firebrand. The location of the main part of the fire is the seat of a fire. A vertical passageway for elevators and stairs is a shaft. Do you think this letter is appropriate? Mr. President, that is not the real issue. Does that matter actually concern you? Angela's attitude concerns me very much. They are very concerned about Kate. She isn't handling the problems of the corporation well. Is the handle broken? Mr. President, I wish to address the Congress today on the subject of legislation. Inside our lungs, there are some little tiny balloon-like sacs, sort of like membranes. Carbon dioxide is just another gas in the air. If we do not get rid of the carbon dioxide, then it builds up in our bloodstream. What did you expect? The legislator passed the bill. Did you buy the economy size? Mr. Smith expects me to give the report today. I think, Mr. President, that this is an appropriate legislation. Did they amend the bill? Mr. Chairman, it is a privilege to say a few words about the work that is being done by this group and to recommend inclusion in the bill of the amendment which was made by the senator from Vermont. However, he came to realize, as others have, that the United States can no longer live in a vacuum. Do you smell smoke in the air? Donna smothered her smock. The dog buried his snout in the snow. Park your car in the garage. That is a tasty beverage. The marriage ceremony was in July. He is in command of the unit. Bill is active in community affairs. We communicate regularly. To his delight, his son won the race. Please deliver it early tomorrow. The bill is delinquent now. Don't delay in filing your taxes. The property is zoned for commercial use. Communication is poor on the island.